human-inspired forms, textures, and angles, a science and an art. So, we set out to create an ergonomic mouse that feels more natural, without compromising a pixel of performance. We made dozens of prototypes and put them into hundreds of hands, until we discovered the perfect shape, texture, and the optimal ergonomic angle. Then we tested, retested, and tested again, until we truly elevated ergonomics, proving that we could do this, and this. Finally, we fired up the machines and brought MX Vertical to life.
At Razer, we created the world's first high-performance gaming mouse to give gamers the unfair advantage. Since then, our scientists and engineers have worked with the top esports athletes to continuously push the envelope. Today, we're taking performance to a whole new level with the new Razer Death Adder Elite featuring the world's most advanced optical sensor. Our esports athletes demand the highest levels of precision, which is why our 5th generation optical mouse sensor comes with true 16,000 DPI. True DPI means it reads the exact path that your mouse travels, unlike some other gaming mice which rely on software interpolation to achieve higher DPI levels. Secondly, our 5G optical mouse sensor features the world's highest native tracking speed of 450 inches per second. That's 30% higher than any other sensor in the industry. No matter how fast our esports athletes move their mouse, every single motion will be captured. And finally, at a near-perfect 99.4% resolution accuracy, our 5th generation optical mouse sensor is, without a doubt, the most accurate in the world. What that means is, when you move your mouse, you're assured one-to-one on-screen movement. This is the level of control that our esports athletes demand. And this is the level of control that our new 5th generation optical sensor delivers. We pioneered the first gaming mouse sensor, and we have raised the bar again to give our esports athletes the very best. This is the new Razer Death Adder Elite, the esports gaming mouse.
Me? Hey.
Okay, this is a video review for the Evoluent ergonomic mouse. Ooh, looks pretty. Very space age, isn't it? I am only addressing the ergonomics of this device for me. I'm not addressing any of the functionality that might have come with the additional software drivers that came with a little disc. I'm using it only with standard Windows mouse drivers. And why did I buy it? Well, because like a lot of you out there, I've had some problems with my wrist. I use the computer a lot. And actually, I thought of trying to modify one of my own mouses to kind of angle it like this. And then I went online and saw that, wow, there's already a product out there that fit the bill. So I one-clicked it, bought it, and I've been using it now for 2 or 3 weeks. So let's look at some of the pluses. Good fit. I mean, your hand really just slides right on it, fits, feels good. No big problems there. It does relieve some of the wrist strain. As someone pointed out, though, it does kind of lean on that part now instead of the center palm, which for me is an improvement, but if you're still doing a boatload of mousing, it starts to agitate that part a little bit. Minuses. The buttons are actually in the way a bit. If you're doing a lot of typing, going back and forth, and you grab it real quick, frequently you'll end up clicking one of the buttons. Because the buttons are on the side like this, when you grab it, your tendency is to squeeze and hit a button. It's kind of frustrating. Half the time I grab it, I hit a button, especially if I'm in a hurry. So, based on that, I think this mouse is better designed for someone who's predominantly just doing mousing. If you're actually going back and forth, typing, mousing, I can see it would be frustrating. Plus, just moving your hand out of the way to get to the keyboard is actually, you wouldn't think it, but it's more frustrating doing it with this mouse than it is with just a normal one, where you're already on top, you come over to type, you're up top, you come over to type. Anyway, last detail that's kind of bugged me about it is, as my arm gets kind of tired working with it, I tend to rest on it. And as I rest on it, I add more weight to it. And as I add more weight to it, there's more friction between it and the surface that it's sitting on. And then it's a little more difficult to move. So then it takes a little more arm strength to slide the little guy around. So all in all, I'm not disappointed. I'm not thrilled. Actually, when I think what I paid for it, I'm really not thrilled. It does help. It could just be better, though. That's the best way to put it. 2.5 stars with a round up to 3, because it's not horrible. It's just not great. Thanks.